used that way. He's a mobile quarterback. I don't mind him swinging out to throw the football, but being the primary running back, I think they've got plenty in their stable to use other than Justin Allo.
Allo, the sophomore out of Carson High School. Attended Hawaii and redshirted his freshman year. Transferred to Mount Sac last season. Served as a backup to Rocky Moore. He's done a fantastic job as the starter this year. 2nd and 8, under duress. Allo will throw near side of the field. Antoine Anderson's got it to the 44-yard line, about a yard and a half short of the first down marker. But the Mounties have just been so good in short yardage situations. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, that was a great catch. They picked it up off the ground and just a terrific catch and moved the football.
Anderson, the lone wideout, aligned to the near side of the field here. 3rd and 2 for the Mounties. 3rd and 1.5, whatever you want to call it. The Mounties are looking to pick it up. RCC looking to force the 4th Mountie punt of the evening already. High snap, Allo to keep. Gets up the middle, and he didn't get there. He got to the 45-yard line, about a half yard short of the first down marker, and I'd imagine that Coach Jabs would send out the punting unit once again, and sure enough, he will.
Yeah, that was quite a collision up the middle there, and there's still a Tiger down.
Looks like A.J. Hotchkins, the bounce back from Wyoming.
Yeah, he's a heck of a ball player, and him and Allo just met at the cusp there. And
well, luckily for RCC, Hotchkins able to come to his feet and walk off of the field on his own power. Hotchkins, with 90 tackles on the year, ranks 9th in the state.
Yeah, Hotchkins doesn't look good at all. He started running towards the Mountie sideline, and coaches have turned him around, and now he's coming back off the field here.
A big stop for the RCC defense, though, once again. Christian Fulham, he's been a busy man here in this opening quarter. A minute 57 left to go. First quarter, no score. And it looks like the Mounties got started there on the punt a little too early. They'll back up 5 yards, a false start.
Yeah, the special teams are going to be really important tonight. Those mental errors, and I'm seeing a lot of them from Mount Sac, need to be cleaned up early on in this ball game.
That was Joseph Bryant to the far side of the field. Getting it started a little too early for the Mounties. Tremel Davis drops back deep to receive. It's a spiraling kick that Davis will call for a fair catch and make at the 27-yard line. So the best starting field position of the night so far for the RCC offense on their 4th possession. And let's see if the Tigers can get something going.
Yeah, I mean, when you call your own 27, ball, your best ball position for the night, it just kind of tells how this game has gone so far. It's like a ping pong match right now, and somebody's got to break this thing open.
A minute 37 left to go in the opening quarter. No score between Mount Sac and Riverside. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 27. King going to pump fake. Now he's going to go deep. Isaac Whitney's wide open, but he overshoots him, incomplete.
Yeah, Whitney's their long ball threat, and he had a couple yards on Simpson there, and he nearly stretched out and caught that ball.
Whitney, the leading target of this RCC wide receiver corps, has 11 Division I offers, and he's narrowed it down to Cal, West Virginia, and Florida.
Wow.
Pretty impressive schools, huh?
Yes, sir.
2nd and 10. Handoff Anderson with room to run up the middle. He crosses the 30-yard line, and he gets to the 32 for a pickup of 5 on 2nd down. Now another 3rd down for the RCC offense, and that's something we've heard often so far early in this game.
Yeah, that Riverside big offensive line is actually pushing the Mounties around up front and opening up some holes for the running back.
Anderson will flank Nicholas King here. It's a trip left formation for RCC. Three receivers aligned to the far side of the field. Mounties going to bring the pressure, and King's going down in the backfield. Mounties get him at his own 24-yard line.
Yeah, that was a max blitz by the Mounties on the right-hand side. They just had more hats than Riverside could block, and they overwhelmed the offensive line and got to King rather quickly.
So already the 3rd 3-and-out for the RCC offense, and the Mountie defense, they pick up their state-leading 47th sack of the season.
Well, math isn't my expertise, but if the Mounties had the ball 4 times, I believe RCC has had the ball 4 times. Is that right?
You're absolutely right. Zamora, very good punt here. It takes a favorable Tiger hop down inside the 30, inside the 25, now down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I like ping pong when I watch those Olympians play it. Right now, I'd like to see something happen for Mount Sac on their offense here. It may be time to open up the playbook and start using the plays that they've been practicing.
Just 13 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter from Wheelock Stadium. No score between the Mounties and Tigers. Already the 5th offensive possession of the night for the Mounties. They'll start at their own 21.
That is an amazing stat.
Well, if you like defense, you tuned into the right game.
That's right.
1st and 10 from the 21. 3 wide set, 2 back set for the Mounties. 2 aligned to the far side of the field. Snap is back. Allo to throw. Pressure from his backside, and he's going down to the backfield.
Yeah, Solomon showed the safety showed a blitz from the right side. They didn't read it. The running back let him through, and he made the tackle on Allo.
Well, what an appropriate way to end the first quarter. A big defensive play for RCC. And as we head to the second quarter, no score from Wheelock Stadium. It'll be a 2nd and 16 for the Mounties from their own 15-yard line. And if you're both offenses, really, if you're the Mountie offense and if you're the Tiger offense, that first quarter was a quarter for the paper shredder.
Yeah, I think you throw that part of the playbook away and you turn to the next page and see what you can get. I think that Mount Sac at this point has some more in their playbook. What I've seen from Riverside is their playbook. It's worked for them all year long. King out of the backfield, using the flats, and then, of course, their deep threat with Whitney.
Both teams really struggling early on in this one offensively, but, I mean, both teams rank in the top 10 as far as defensive statistics go, so you can't be overly shocked that 2 goose eggs up on the scoreboard as we head to the second quarter.
Well, again, though, you're not shocked, but you're kind of surprised. I mean, in the original game, like you said, that Mount Sac drove the ball down, scored. Again, it was a game in the 20s, but at this rate, we're not going to get a game into the teens.
So the Mounties here to start the second quarter. Will begin at their own 15-yard line, a 2nd and 16. After an RCC sack ended the first quarter. 4 wide set for the Mounties. Allo, he's going to keep. Gets up the middle across the 25-yard line, and he'll dive ahead to the 27. That's a 10-yard pickup, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they continue to use Allo on his legs. He's their number 1 running back right now.
That was already the 7th carry early on in this game for Justin Allo, the former wideout at the University of Hawaii. Mounties looking to convert a 3rd down. They've just converted 2 here early on. Allo to pump fake. Now will dump off a screen pass, but he threw it behind Ryan Simpson, the intended target. Not a good throw there from the sophomore Justin Allo.
Not at all. No, he missed his receiver. He was not more than 5 yards up the field from him, coming across the middle, and Allo should have been able to hit him.
Christian Fulham onto the field once again to punt it off for the 5th time tonight. Tremel Davis, the sophomore return man for RCC, stands at his own 30, back to get it. Penalty marker will fly in as Fulham boots off a high spiraling kick. Davis will run up and call for a fair catch and make it at the 39-yard line. We'll await to see what the penalty marker was for. There was one that flew to the near side and one that flew to the far side. Somebody might have had too many men on the field. If I'm Kraft, I'm declining this because it's my best field position of the night.
Yeah, when you talk field position, now Riverside has suddenly swung it over. Now they're closer to midfield with the ball than the Mount Sac has started.
Well, because of the penalty, they'll move it past the 40 to the 44. That's what I found odd about the last game, Mountie man. A false start penalty, the play should be blown dead, correct?
Well, I know what you're leading up to here. Yeah, that was
the
final interception in the last game. Yeah, you would think it was, but
Regardless, RCC starts at their own 44, and the pass is complete to the near side of the field. No, it's not. Alejandro Marenco apparently dropped the football, incomplete. Looked like he held on to it.
Yeah, that was an excellent stretch up. He's not very tall at 5'11", but he definitely got up to get that one, and I guess when he came back down to the ground, he bobbled it.
Marenco in the slot here. He's a transfer from Fullerton College, trying to get back to the state championship game for the second consecutive season. Fullerton, of course, lost to Butte last year in the 2013 California State Championship game. Penalty marker here will back the Tigers up 5 more yards, 2nd and 15. Another illegal procedure call against RCC. No score. 14-10 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, the right tackle moved, Druller, and he moved before the ball was snapped. A lot of jitterbugs out there. A lot of movement on the offensive side on both sides of the ball.
It's a lot different this time than the first matchup. It's do or die for both teams. 2nd and 15 after the penalty. 4 wide set for RCC. And another penalty marker will fly in. Another false start against RCC. It'll back them up 5 more yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 20.
Yeah, I've watched Riverside over this season, and this is kind of typical. They tend to make the same mistakes, and as you can see, Tom Kraft's seen enough.
Yeah, he's seen enough. He calls his first charged timeout of the first half with 14:09 remaining. Coach Jastrab and the Mounties, they still have all 3 of their timeouts. RCC with 2 remaining, and somebody's got to wake up at some point in this game, you'd have to think.
Well, you hope so. I mean, it is definitely a defensive struggle. 2 good teams knocking heads really hard. Something's going to break. I don't know when, though, but, I don't think this is the time to panic, and I don't think either coach with the experience they have is going to do that. So I think you're going to see both teams. It's like you said earlier, a chess match. It's just going to see who can get the other team into checkmate.
Well, after taking a look up to Northern California between American River and CCSF, we saw a defensive battle up there, a 17-14 win for the Rams to propel them to the state championship game in 2 weeks, and we might see a similar story down in the field tonight.
Yep, it surely looks like it's headed that way.
Out of the timeout, 2nd and 20 for Riverside College from their own 34-yard line. Another 4 wide set. 2 receivers aligned to each side. The snap is back. King will look to throw. Now under duress. He's flushed out far side of the field, and he was able to get it off. No, he wasn't.
No,
they're going to roll him out of bounds.
That has to be
at the 25-yard line. Nicholas King was down before he threw the football. That's another loss of 7, and it'll bring up 3rd and forever for RCC from their own 25.
Yeah, it looks like the defenses are the ones that are making the yardage tonight. So it's keep the negative yardage from happening is the key here.
Now 3rd and 28 for the Tigers. The first down make is at the Mountie 46. They'll just hand it off on a delay. Foster across the 30, across the 35 to the 34. That's a 9-yard pickup. They needed 28 yards, and another punt coming for RCC.
Yeah, again, it's a defensive struggle. A lot of mistakes are being made on the offensive side of the ball by both teams. Basically, it's Mount Sac center. He needs to get his head into the game here and snap it on time.
So Anthony Zamora, he's been a busy man. Mounties will bring some pressure on the punt, but another fantastic punt from Zamora will hop inside the 10-yard line, and Riverside will be able to down it inside the 5 at the 1.
Holy Toledo. What a play. I did not catch the player's number. I think it was number 19.
Well, for Anthony Zamora, he averages almost 45 yards per punt, and
that's Anthony
that was about
Jarris.
65 yards.
Yeah, that was a terrific. Oh.
Well, some more confusion between the officiating crew. They're going to mark the ball at the 20 instead and rule it was a touchback.
Well, in college football, it's the football, not the player, and it never looked like that football crossed the goal line to me.
And they told us they had better officials coming through tonight.
Well, so far it's like the
spotty.
offenses.
It's been spotty. So instead of taking over at their own 1, that's a big break for the Mounties. They'll start at their own 20. 13:04 left to go, second quarter, no score. Allo going to drop back to throw, dumps off a screen pass out of the backfield. Tolbert, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, excellent play by the Riverside linebacker following the running back out of the backfield.
Yeah, the running back,
Brock Carmen,
the running back core for Mount SAC, they're not too accustomed to catching balls out of the backfield. That